What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. 3 service members have been killed. Many more injured because of Donald Trump and his actions. Babies have been killed as well. Innocent babies have been killed as well. All because Donald Trump and his white superiority and his need to be a world conqueror, his need to be in the Guinness World Book Records, his need to be special, his narcissism, his disease of affluenza that he suffers from. You know, this man is clearly sick. He is everything we said he was. He was everything he was the first time he was the president. How do we have such short memories, right? We even said that, second go around, you don't have to listen to anybody. It didn't matter if he was MAGA anymore after the third time. He told you only need to vote for me one more time. That's it. He told you he didn't need you. And y'all just yucked it up. The entire world was telling you was making a mistake. You knew you was making a mistake, but the first time you just couldn't vote for that white woman, could you? Just couldn't do it. She was qualified, you couldn't do it though. Then when that black one came up, you like, hell no, if I'm not voting for that white woman, I ain't voting for that black woman. Y'all did it again. And look where we at. Look where we at. Look where you guys put us at. That's why we can't feel sorry for you, because you finding your conscience now. Now I'm done with Donald Trump. I'm done. He was done with you after the third time. That's what y'all don't get. He been left the room. You guys sitting in there partying with no music, looking just as stupid. And all you sit on the couch, do nothing Negroes. This is your fault. All this is your fault. You voted for Donald Trump, this is your fault. If you're a proud Republican, if you're a proud black Republican, this is your fault. I don't give a fuck about nothing else that you talk about. I don't care what you talk about, what you about. I don't care about your other political ideas. You vote for him. You can't get past that. You did this. You're part of the machine that did this. You did it on purpose. You did it 1, 2, 3 times. And now you want forgiveness? Now you want us to pretend like we know you didn't do it. Now y'all want to pivot to other grifts. Now you want to pivot. You want to act like you didn't create a whole movement to stop black people from voting. Stop black men from voting. To stop black men from loving and supporting and having the backs of black women. It didn't work though. It didn't work though, because most black men was with black women. It's you 20%. Y'all don't take any of the information that our ancestors have fought and died for us to be able to gather and consume to improve ourselves. Y'all don't take any of that shit in consideration. We have all the information and data and knowledge we need right now to move forward with a better future, a better society. We have all the technology. We have all the governmental systems. We have all the private systems. We have all the know-how. We don't have the political or social will to do any of this stuff. Because it's all about getting to the bag. It's all about getting to the riches. That's why we got these black coonarians on YouTube disrespecting black women and disrespecting black people for them YouTube dollars. Getting hundreds of thousands of views. Pushed somehow out of nowhere. Getting hundreds of thousands of views. But y'all don't care, because it's all about getting to the bag. It's just content. And we got real shit happening while you sitting there playing around. These folks ain't playing. These white folks ain't playing. See, that's the thing about it. They ain't never been playing. They've been dead serious this is what they do. Since the existence of Europeans, this is what they do. If you know anything about history, I'm not just saying that just to, take a shot. This is legitimately what they do from the very beginning. Look at the reason why Europe doesn't have many old structures. Because they are a warrior group of people. They just fight and destroy. When given power, they fight and destroy. And they make bad decisions. They get many people killed. A lot. In history. It's literally there. I don't have to be biased. It's literally there to be seen. Yet you Kunarians, y'all back all of this. And you Trump supporters, you love this. You love being the slop, the peasant. You love being the serf. You love being the sharecropper. You love being that white slave. You love being white trash. You love it because you support it every day. You fight the people to your left and your right instead of fighting the people that got their boots on your neck and telling you it's the person that you looking at struggling just like you with another boot on their neck. Yeah, you mad at that person over there. How you mad at some daggone Mexicans for coming and getting the goddamn job and working them damn fields your white ass ain't gonna go into get because you will burn up and die. And you ain't got it, like you can't get out there and do that. Knowing damn well that the reason why their country is messed up because that same government that you pray to, that you vote for, that you worship, that you think gonna take care of you are destabilizing their countries. You know what the best thing about Donald Trump is? He don't know how to hide this shit. He not like them other presidents who know how to keep this shit behind closed doors, who know how to use word salad to at least halfway convince you that what's happening is righteous. But nah, Donald Trump, he can't do that because he's mentally ill. He's a mental midget. He suffers from arrested development. He suffers from affluenza. It's a real thing. How many kingdoms in Europe has fallen because he had a mad king? And everybody just kept following him because they felt like they had to follow the rules. Why? Because God said so. Because there's social pressure. Because if I don't do it, if I make a mistake, I'm going to be ostracized and killed, hung. I'm going to be excommunicated. Y'all you Europeans and your communities, y'all so afraid of being excommunicated from a community that don't seem to be much of a community in the first goddamn place. Y'all so worried about being excommunicated, y'all won't stand up and fight for what's right. Y'all won't just say, you know what, let me stop this dumb misogyny, this racism. Let me live differently. Y'all watch all those goddamn movies Hollywood put out there, and you guys empathize with the antagonists. Y'all empathize with the weak. You guys want the bad guys to die, but in your real life, you guys are the bad guys, and y'all don't want the good guys to win. I don't even know how y'all go and see any movie and be like, damn, I'm going for the good guy. Y'all are always the bad guy, and y'all know it. Listen, I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know as an African American, I'm gonna do my part. This is why I say as Pan-Africanism, we don't got time to be fighting each other because we got to be unified. Because first of all, this European is gonna do what Europeans do. This Arab is gonna continue to do what them Arabs been doing. And we Africans, we gotta do what we always been doing, despite the hiccups in time. Right? Get our shit together, mobilize. Get our economies together. Attach ourselves, get involved politically, get involved economically, participate in the different genres of life. You know what I'm saying? We should be our own archaeologists, our own historians. We should be writing our own books that we teach in our own schools to our own students. And that way, when things like this happen from the outside groups, it doesn't affect us because we got our own shit. Because right now, we ain't got too much of nothing. We got Africa that's coming out of something. As African Americans, yeah, we built all of this, but what do we have? Because we don't own none of it. So unless you plan on taking it for the white man, meaning get involved in politics, more seriously pay attention to legislation and policies that actually benefit us for real, and not just picking sides like you picking football teams and shit, like it's goddamn fantasy football league. It's riding on a goddamn wave because it's going to give you some fucking dead presidents, some shit. Take this shit seriously, like them white boys who take it seriously. If you ain't going to do that and take America, then what you talking about? You an American then? You might as well hop on the daggone goddamn freaking plane and go back home and see if you can make it there. And you ain't got to worry about this white supremacy. But you still got, you still got to do your own thing, because when you go somewhere else, you're going to have other somewhere else problems. That's the real world. So we got to stop complaining about that bullshit. Everywhere you go is going to be a problem. Period. Anyway, this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. We are too smart as humankind to be going through some bullshit like this because of a dumb feeling of racism. Because racism is an insecurity, because it's a toxic envy. Like, come on, you need to get over your shit. Get over your shit. Or we're not. You guys are not going, because we going. I don't know where the hell y'all gonna go, but we going. Anyway, tell me what y'all think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one of the largest, most complex, most overwhelming military offensives the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now it was announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval building, all in a matter of literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and even thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries. Last night, all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets when his death was announced. The entire military command is gone as well, and many of them want to surrender into saving their lives. They want immunity. They're calling by the thousands. Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We have very strong objectives. They could have done something 2 weeks ago, but they just couldn't get there. Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case. But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization. They have waged war against civilization itself. Our resolve, and likewise that of Israel, has never been stronger. America is now again the richest, most powerful nation in the world by far. But the only reason we enjoy the quality of life that we do and the freedom and security is we have done things that others are unable to do. But it's because of warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to do battle with our enemies. And they do battle better than anybody. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be a dire threat to every American. We cannot allow a nation that raises terrorist armies to possess such weapons that would allow them to extort the world to their evil will. Not going to let it happen. We're not happening to us, and we're not going to let it happen to others. The United States has the strongest military the world has ever seen. I rebuilt our military in my first term. There's never been a military like we possess. And frankly, there's nobody even close, but we are now using that military for good. We want to have it for good purpose. We're undertaking this massive operation not merely to ensure security for our own time and place, but for our children and their children, just as our ancestors have done for us many, many years ago. This is the duty and the burden of a free people, These actions are right and they are necessary to ensure that Americans will never have to face a radical, bloodthirsty terrorist regime armed with nuclear weapons and lots of threats. For almost 50 years, these wicked extremists have been attacking the United States while chanting the slogan, "Death to America" or "Death to Israel" or both. They are the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. We are the world's greatest and most powerful nation, so we can do something about what they do. These intolerable threats will not continue any longer. I once again urge the Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian military, and police to lay down your arms and receive full immunity or face certain death. It will be certain death. Won't be pretty. I call upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you, but we'll be there to help. Thank you. God bless you to our incredible warriors, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
We have some major news. Donald Trump just uploaded a new statement to social media saying the operation against Iran will continue and more Americans are likely to die, saying, quote, "It's just the way it is. Just watch."
Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case.
Trump says it's just the way it is, except that's just not true. This doesn't have to happen. More Americans don't have to die. If he never attacked Iran in the first place, we wouldn't be in this position where 3 Americans have already lost their lives and potentially more in the future. I think we can all agree that the Ayatollah being taken out is a good thing. That guy was an awful human being doing awful things in Iran and around the world, but I don't want to see any more Americans die because of a war that Donald Trump has started. But the fact that this draft dodger is just saying, oh, it's just the way it is and you have to accept it is disgusting.
Americans are waking up on the second day of this US confrontation with Iran. I think it's fair to say that in some places we're seeing scenes of celebration, for example in Los Angeles, where there is a significant Iranian diaspora, but certainly there's a sense of anxiety. Donald Trump has been communicating with the nation using his social media platform Truth Social, including in that 8-minute video when he was preparing the nation, he said, for the possibility of US military casualties. And I think it's worth noting that he's using his own social media platform to speak to the country when, if you look at previous events, like for example the US seizing the former leader of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, he delivered a televised address. So certainly I think for Americans right now, there are a number of questions. You can see that if you take a look at the Google Trends and the questions that people are asking. They want to know, why did the United States strike Iran? They've also been asking, why did Iran strike Dubai? They've been asking if there was congressional approval. And ultimately they're asking, is the United States at war with Iran? Now, of course, as reporters and journalists, we can try and answer those questions looking at history, including recent history from the Trump administration. But I think what we're waiting to see is if we hear from the president in a televised address, for example, today or in the coming days.
This is an update on the Iran conflict. Donald Trump says that military options are ahead of schedule as 150 schoolgirls are dead in Iran from a U.S.-Israeli military strike. 3 U.S. military members are dead and 5 wounded. He said that the U.S. will avenge the U.S. military deaths, which he and Netanyahu caused, and deliver the most punishing blow to the Iranian regime. He says the U.S. is undertaking a massive operation not merely to ensure security for our own time and place, but for our children and their children, despite the fact that we were much safer under the deal that Obama struck, which drastically reduced the enriched uranium that Iran had. And when Trump came in his first term and pulled out of that deal, Iran jump started that program and got to the point where they are now, which apparently is not obliterated, as Trump himself said back in June. UK has come out and said that they will allow the US to take defensive action from British military bases. The US has requested permission to use British bases for that specific and limited defensive purpose. Again, there would be no reason for a defensive use of those bases if Trump and Netanyahu, two billionaires, had not launched the strike on Iran while negotiations were proceeding. Senator Mark Kelly, along with a few others, Moskowitz, Gottheimer, Landsman from Ohio, Fetterman, I believe Chris Coons, have said that they will vote no for a war powers resolution that would prevent Trump from continuing these attacks. Yeah, all of them voted for a war powers resolution for Venezuela to stop attacks on Venezuela because apparently they weren't getting paid by Venezuela because all of them are getting paid by Israel. Mark Kelly has taken $4.5 million from pro-Israel lobbies. And he said that he would not vote for a War Powers Resolution Act that would stop us from attacking Iran and blowing up all girls schools and getting US military members killed. So I would mention that something like that to him, especially if you're from Arizona. And again, Moskowitz, Fetterman, Gottheimer, Landsman, Ohio. They're easy to find. Please contact them. And not just them, but your representative in general. House, Senate, and let them know how you feel about us sacrificing sons and daughters for billionaires to escape accountability. 2 individuals have been killed in a Texas bar shooting and 14 injured. The suspect was also killed and, by reports, was wearing a Property of Allah shirt with Iranian colors. Apparently, he's been identified as a 53-year-old man. There's no more details. His name is Ndiga Diagne. He's a citizen from Senegal, and he's been in the United States for 15 years. And so it's very difficult with this current administration, deal with the fact that we are now witnessing American citizens dying because of Trump and Netanyahu, billionaires, launching attacks on Iran during negotiations. And now we're watching American citizens being shot and killed. Attacks like that, I'm not sure of the motivation of that. Attacks like that could be part of the escalation of the gray zone campaign, which we've talked about. Another incident that took place was at least 3 tankers were damaged off the Gulf Coast, and 1 seafarer was killed as Iranian retaliation for U.S. and Israeli strikes on Iran. Iran exposed ships to collateral damage. Shipping sources and officials said on Sunday. These kind of events were expected and will likely increase. The foreign minister for Iran, Abbas Araghchi, said, nobody can tell us that we don't have the right to defend ourselves. We are defending ourselves, whatever it takes. And we say no limit for ourselves to defend our people. to protect our people. And any retaliatory strikes from Iran, they won't get Netanyahu, they won't get Trump, the billionaires who are sitting back in very comfortable spaces in Mar-a-Lago and DC and Tel Aviv, heavily defended spaces. But they will get innocent civilians, and they will get U.S. military members. That's who they'll get, because of Trump and Netanyahu, billionaires, launching an attack for no fucking reason on Iran.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.